the way you feel about yourself when you're by yourself is what really matters. Alright, welcome to Gaming About Life. Welcome one more time, once again. Hopefully you're coming back again, or hopefully this is your first time, then welcome nonetheless. I am so excited to be recording these videos even more now because, as you can probably see, I'm pretty sure it's in a shot, I have a new mic. And sound to me is a very important thing. So I love that. So it's recording very well. And yeah, I'm just excited to actually be doing this with a really good setup. So yeah, excited. We're playing Monster Hunter World, Iceborne expansion. We're gonna do just some quests that I would like to finish. Resource Center. Okay. Some quests that I like to finish before I move on with the story. And for today, I would like to talk about negative thinking. It's a big topic. It is a big topic, and everybody at more than once in their life has had negative thoughts. It's normal. Let me just see here. Find my capture. Well, it's far away. So let's do. Actually, I'll skip on this one. Can I do any deliveries? No, I can't. Cool. So negative thinking. What's negative thinking? Why do we think negatively? Just why? Well, look, it's normal to have these negative thoughts, and I use quotes because when you use the word negative, it kind of ties an emotion to it. So like negative, something upsetting, something that makes you sad, something that gets you angry. That's not exactly it. What is it? I prefer to look at negative thoughts as just disempowering thoughts. So they're thoughts that disempower you. They don't give you power to move on and accomplish things and do the things that you want to do, learn, and etc. So, let me just choose here. Let's go with that one. Oh, actually, I'm finding a raft of those. It's an annoying little bugger. That's fine. All right. So yes, it's disempowering thoughts. Now, that's like the very first step if you want to try to get rid of these negative thoughts. So start calling them disempowering thoughts. Or there's a very good There's a very good example that a really just genius man once taught me through a course. So I never met him, unfortunately, not yet. Which he says, call them error thoughts. So you don't tie anything, you don't tie emotion, you don't tie nothing. You just give them like a really basic, plain definition for them, so that nothing else triggers in you. So when you think of error, you just think, oh, error, something like incorrect, like, okay, no. You don't think of negative, like, oh, negative, and it just then the word negative brings other words into your mind. So we eliminate that. So very first step, just every time you have a thought that you don't like, you think that it's a negative one, call them an error thought or a disempowering thought. So again, why do we have them? Well, it's normal. Our brain is always trying to protect us, trying to tell us, this is best for you, this is not. You like doing this, but you feel pain doing that. And then you have thoughts like, oh, I can't do this, or I don't think I will be able to, or I am not this, I'm not that. Those are the negative or disempowering thoughts. So it's normal. Like, put it simply, it's just normal. That's how our brains work. But the beauty of life and the beauty of our human brain is that we can program it, we can change it, we can rewire it. So, first step to getting rid of negative thoughts is realizing that you're having negative thoughts. So, a lot of the times we don't realize these things because they are just our everyday thoughts or our every week thoughts. They're just common. They become common. And thus, every time we have them, we're like, we don't realize it. We don't realize. We actually just have them. We act upon them. And that's it. That's it. We don't do anything else because they become so common. So the first step is to realize, hey, this is not a good thought. I don't want to be having these. So every time you think, you look at somebody, oh, she's prettier than me, or he's more good looking than I am. Oh, I won't be able to make that much money. I won't be able to get that job. All these things that we all think about. And it can be really simple things as I'm tired, I'm exhausted, when you're actually you just need a nap, or you just need to, close your eyes for a little bit and not work so much or rest. Like, oh, give me a shot. That was an okay shot. So yeah, realize you're having these thoughts. They're not just really negative, like depressing things. They are even the small little things we tell ourselves. Like I was saying, I'm tired, I'm starving, when you're just like a little bit hungry, or maybe you're not even hungry. Those are thoughts that you could change and make them into better, more empowering thoughts instead of disempowering thoughts. So, following that train of thought, that's the first thing. Realize that you're having these types of thoughts. The second thing is to change these thoughts. Change the way you think every time you have them. So if you're thinking, let's go for a third example. Very simple. I am starving. If you say that out loud, or if you think, oh man, I'm starving, catch yourself, step one, catch yourself saying it and think, oh wait a second, am I really starving? And starving are people who don't have food or who haven't eaten for a while. I'm not starving, I'm just a little bit hungry. Or I'm not hungry. My body may think that I'm hungry, but I'm actually pretty good. I ate like 3 hours ago. That doesn't mean you can't eat anything. It just means that using the word starving will automatically trigger your body to feel like you are starving. So your stomach is going to make more noises. Your brain is going to think, I need food. And it's going to start thinking about different foods that you want. So if you normally eat junk food, it's going to be like, Junior is starving. Hamburger, French fries, chips, soft drinks. That's what happens. If you have the habit of eating healthy, then luckily for you, your body's going to be like, ooh, salads, rice, beans, pasta, vegan things and stuff like that. So first step, again, dodge it. First step, realize that you are having negative thoughts. Second step, change the thought into the opposite of it. So if you're thinking negatively, I'm starving, think, hey, I'm not hungry, but maybe I could use a snack. Another example would be, I'm exhausted. It's like, you know what, I could use a nap. A more popular example would be, man, yeah, that girl looks so good, I don't look that good. It's like, wait a second, I'm really good looking. I think I'm good looking, and therefore I am. It's not because somebody else told me that I'm not. It's not because that other girl has a different look than I have, or that guy. That doesn't mean that I'm not good looking. So if you think to yourself, even for a second, oh, I'm not good looking, I wish I had his hair or her clothes, just swap that thought for something positive. It's like, man, I'm so grateful for the hair that I have, for the clothes that I have, for being able to see, for being able to speak, to hear, for all these things that we take for granted every single day. So that's step number 2. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, hit the like button so I know that you're enjoying it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Step number 3, just trying to dodge all of these attacks. Step number 3, and I actually wrote it down here, is you might not believe in yourself. Like, you might say, oh, I'm beautiful, and no, I am, and blah, but you might not believe in it. You're trying your best to make that into a fully fledged thought that turns into a habit, that turns into a belief. But it takes time. It takes time for us to believe in everything that we think of or everything that we say to ourselves, especially the things that we're used to, especially the things that we're used to not thinking and not saying about ourselves. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me line up this shot. Straight down. Oh, he got up. Dang. So yeah, believing in what you say to yourself and your thoughts is also really hard. It's not that easy. For some people, it's a little bit easier. For some, we have a bit of just difficulties believing in what we say, because we're so used to thinking otherwise. So it might be hard to believe in yourself, but as I wrote here, instead of thinking, oh, but I don't think that I'm actually am pretty, or that I am strong, or that I am, happy, or whatever. Ask yourself how or why. So, for example, you say to yourself, oh, "I'm not that pretty," and you don't believe that that you are, even though you try and you try. Ooh, dodge that. Instead of just sticking with that thought, period, why don't you ask yourself, well, if I don't feel pretty, how can I make myself feel prettier? Or what does it take for me to feel prettier? Or how do I become prettier? Now, obviously, this is very dangerous too, because that could lead you into a path, if you don't have this awareness, into, trying to be like everybody else and trying to wear the clothes or the designs of hairstyles and stuff that other people wear because you think that they're pretty, or because you think that they're successful, or whatever it may be. So, every time you ask yourself, make sure it's a constructive question where it takes you to take action of trying to be a better version of yourself, not copying others. If there's something that you really admire about somebody else, then it's totally fine. If you want to try it, if you want to get that haircut, if you want to get those clothes, if you want to, get the look, the physical body shape of that person that you admire. But please don't get caught up in trying to beat them, trying to live their life. That's not what you should do. Again, I'm no expert. I am not here telling you what you should absolutely or should not absolutely do. I'm giving you my honest opinion on things that I have done for myself and thoughts that I have absorbed and have learned how to, take on, that have changed my life for positive. So it helped me. These things has helped me in the past remove these thoughts, these negative thoughts, negativity in general. So step 4, recapping, is, even though you might not believe in yourself sometimes, just ask yourself, well, how can I do it then? Like a very, very popular belief, or, things that we say to ourselves is, I'm not skinny enough, or I don't have the shape that I think I should have or that I want. Instead of telling yourself, oh, I'm thin, I'm slim, or, things like that, or when you have the negative thought of like, oh, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm chubby, or whatever, instead of having those thoughts, when you get them, ask yourself, well, how can I lose weight? How can I not feel this way? How can I not feel this negative feeling that obviously leads into negative thoughts ever again? So ask yourself why, how, when, what. Just ask yourself. Be curious on how to change, how you want to change the way you're feeling, because it all comes down to feeling, how we feel about ourselves. And there's a very, very amazing, just like, I think it's one of the best quotes I've ever heard, by, dodge that. Even though he didn't shoot anything, I dodged it. By Tom Bilyeu. He's one of the amazing mentors that I have, that I look up to. I heard him saying this live on a event, which really stuck with me. He says, the way that you feel about yourself when you're alone is what really matters. So let that sink in for a bit. The way you feel about yourself when you're by yourself is what really matters. So it doesn't matter really actually it doesn't matter at all what other people think of you and what they say about you, but it's when we go to sleep, when we put our heads in a pillow, despite if it's near somebody, with a husband or a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it may be, it's when you're by yourself, it's when you close your eyes, or when you're, thinking to yourself, what you feel about yourself is what really matters. You need to take action on that, on those feelings. So these are my thoughts on negativity. These are some 4 easy steps to changing instantly what you think of, how you think of things, and how you see things. Where did that shot go? Oh, that was a good dragon piercer. So yeah, so again, step 1, realize that you're having negative thoughts. Step 2, catch yourself having them and change them to the equal opposite. So remember, I'm overweight. You know what? I'm not overweight. I'm just a little bit I'm just a little bit overweight, but that doesn't mean I can't get skinny. I'm sorry, this is so hard to concentrate because now this Rathel is very angry. So resetting that. I'm not fat, I'm not extremely overweight, I am above weight, but I can change this. You know, the opposite, I can be skinny, I can do it, I will do it, I must do it. Change it with the opposite. Dodge that. So that's step 1. Step 2, step 3 is believe in yourself. Actually, that was only 3 steps. I think I said 4 steps. 3 steps. Step 3 is believing, even if you don't believe in yourself. Ask yourself how, you know, because that way, asking yourself how do I get this? How do I change this? You slowly start believing that, hey, no, you know what, I can actually do it, or like, oh yeah, this makes sense, you know. If I'm feeling this way, then all I need to do to not feel this way is do this, you know. So lose weight, exercise to look prettier, eat healthy, take more care of your body, of your skin, and stuff like that. So those are the 3 or 4 steps, I lost count, sorry, on how to change the negativity in your head. Let me try to line up, try to line up this shot here. Can I get it though? Oh jeez. Alright, hold on. Hold on, I might be able to get a shot here. I won't. Okay, I was not expecting that. That's not what he normally does. Hold on a minute. Alright. What else did I write down? This is like a little side note from those 3 steps. This is also, let's use this fine as a 4th step. Or 5th step, whichever number I'm on. Negative thoughts. I saw that coming. I was like, I'm gonna get hammered. Oh man, I'm dizzy. Okay, so another thing to keep in mind is negative thoughts. I like to believe that they don't come from us. They don't come from like deep inside, like this is what I truly believe in, or this is what I want to feel or think. Because nobody wants to think that they're, you know, that they're not smart, that they're overweight, or that they're not strong enough, they're not good enough, and stuff like that. We don't want to feel that way. We don't want to think that way either. Sorry. It comes from exposure, from the people around you, from media, from the things that you see when you're walking out and about. Our negative thoughts, a lot of the times, comes from... Oh, he almost got there. Most of the times they come from other people. So other people putting us down, or telling us things that, you know, we don't need to hear because it's not really productive, it's not good for us. And, you know, from media, from seeing, you know, the standards of beauty, of, you know, what's beautiful and what's cool and what's trending, and you know, stuff like that. Oh, cut his tail right in the air. That was awesome. So a lot of negative thinking comes from oh geez, hold on. Whew, good job. Give me 1 second. Congratulate everybody here. So a lot of negative thinking comes from your experience or exposure to people around you. It can be from family members, it can be from siblings, and so yeah, family members, from friends, from, you know, relationship partners, from people at work, from like literally anything. It could be from a song. It could, like, there's so many things that can affect us this way that will, you know, slowly get us to think, have these negative thoughts. So distancing yourself from people who make you feel like you're not worthy, that you're not worthy, that you're not smart enough, that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not appreciated enough, that you don't do enough. Distancing yourself from these people is probably one of the greatest things that you could ever do, because that removes such a big influence in your life. So honestly, I have took it upon me that, to me, it doesn't matter if they are family members, if it's your mom, your dad, or whatever. I know sometimes it's really hard, because I'm not telling you to just like run away from home and never talk to your parents again. Definitely not. But maybe, catching yourself being exposed to the negativity. So maybe at a family dinner or at a family meeting or whatever, or when you get together with your friends at specific places, you realize that every time you go to those places that you are exposed in that environment, you feel negative. You feel these negative thoughts coming. So catch yourself in there and slowly start chipping away and being like, hey, I'm not gonna go out with this person to that place because I know that when I do, I feel bad. Or my parents always tell me this whenever I'm doing this, so maybe I can work around and do different activities, or trying to bring up different topics, and or even just talk to them, talk to your friends as well, tell them that this is how you feel. There are a lot of different ways. So distancing yourself from these toxic people plays a very big part, and I've done that with all sorts of people: family members, with close friends, which weren't really friends, with acquaintances, and relationship partners, like you name it. And there's one more thing. I just wrote down that one also big reason why we think negatively is that we have traumas. So we have traumas, both physical traumas, emotional traumas, mental traumas, maybe even spiritual traumas. So every time you catch yourself having a negative thought, when you're like, I can't do this, but I wish I could, just catch yourself and be like, okay, but hold on, why do I think this way? Start asking yourself questions so that you can go back into the past and get the source of why you're feeling this way, and be like, hey, you know what? This was in the past. I know it's easier said than done, but try to see it this way. Like, I had this trauma because my parents abused me, or because I had an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. And it's like, well, you know what? I'm here. I've made it. Like, I'm actually here. Like, I'm not near this person anymore. So they should not, they don't have the right to control me, to affect me like this, because I'm not with them anymore. So asking questions on why am I feeling this way? How can I change? What do I need to do? Is one of the best things you can do to get yourself back on track, to changing negative thoughts. So disempowering thoughts or error thoughts into empowering thoughts, into good thoughts, into healthy thoughts. Because your brain is, in a way, nothing more than a whole bunch of wires that that is made upon the time you were born and throughout the whole, your whole life, of being exposed to different things, how you were raised, the people you talk to, the way your parents raised you, the things that you eat, the things that you do, the people that come into your life, the people that go, etc. So it is very possible to change this neural pathway. I have done it, and I want to keep doing it because it's so good. And if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. So I absolutely believe in you. And hey, let's get through with this together. So if you ever need help, if you want to learn more, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're struggling with, or what you have accomplished, what you actually, changed a habit, and now you have a really good habit instead, or you at least don't have that bad habit anymore. Let me know. And one more time, if you need anything, please. I'm doing these videos because I want to be able to help you, give you some entertainment at the same time, and hopefully make you smile, make you, a little bit happier, make you a little bit more, open-minded about how we live our lives. Because in the end, this is the only life that we have. Just have one. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, if it made sense to you, if you learned something new, hit the like button down below. That helps me know that you enjoyed the video. If you didn't like it, leave the dislike button as well. That also helps me know what I need to do better. And if you want to see more videos like these, I post them every single day. Hit the subscribe button so that helps me help you too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.